Hello everyone, welcome to KKEnergyHub. Today, we'll dive into the fascinating and historically significant topic of the Aristotelian syllogism. This isn't just a basic tool for logical reasoning. It's a framework that has shaped philosophical and scientific thought for centuries. It also plays a crucial role in our everyday decision-making, even when we don't realize it. Instead of using common, simple examples, we'll explore more sophisticated and complex scenarios to give you a deeper understanding of how this logic works in real life. Let's start by breaking down what the syllogism is. At its core, the Aristotelian syllogism is a form of reasoning that consists of three parts: a major premise, a minor premise, and a conclusion. If the premises are true and the reasoning is valid, then the conclusion must also be true. To illustrate, consider this more thought-provoking example. Major premise: all rational beings can make moral judgments. Minor premise: artificial intelligence is designed as a rational being. Conclusion: artificial intelligence can make moral judgments. On the surface, this syllogism appears logically sound, but it raises a much deeper philosophical question. Is the rationality of AI enough to grant it the ability to make moral judgments? This is an excellent illustration of how the syllogism can lead us into complex ethical and philosophical debates, rather than just simple conclusions. Now let's look at how syllogisms are applied in more intricate fields, like law and scientific research. In legal reasoning, syllogisms help lawyers and judges establish logical arguments and reach conclusions based on evidence and facts. For example, major premise: all intentional acts of harm are crimes. Minor premise: a person deliberately caused injury to another. Conclusion: the person should be held criminally responsible. While this conclusion seems straightforward, the legal process often involves unpacking what intentional means and whether the harm caused was indeed deliberate. Syllogisms provide a logical structure, but their effectiveness depends heavily on how accurately the premises reflect reality. In scientific research, syllogisms help simplify complex problems and guide hypotheses. For instance, major premise: all drugs that meet experimental conditions should show consistent effects. Minor premise: drug A meets the experimental conditions. Conclusion: drug A should exhibit the same effects under those conditions. However, scientists know that real-world experiments often reveal hidden variables, meaning that while the logic is sound, there might be factors unaccounted for in the premises. This is why scientific inquiry demands rigorous testing and data collection to support logical conclusions. Even though syllogisms are powerful, they can also be misleading if the premises are flawed. Consider this. Major premise: all creatures with wings can fly. Minor premise: penguins have wings. Conclusion: penguins can fly. Here, the conclusion is clearly false because the major premise is incorrect. Not all winged creatures can fly. This example demonstrates that while syllogisms help streamline logical thinking, they require well-founded premises to be valid. Now, how can we use syllogisms effectively when dealing with complex issues in everyday life? Let's look at a business decision-making scenario. Major premise: all effective marketing strategies adapt to consumer needs. Minor premise: the current strategy doesn't account for consumer needs. Conclusion: the current strategy is ineffective and should be changed. This type of reasoning is useful in guiding strategic decisions. But as with any syllogism, the strength of the conclusion depends on how thoroughly the premises are based on real data. Thorough market research is essential before assuming the premises are correct. In ethical decision-making, syllogisms are also applied, but with more nuances. Major premise: actions that benefit the majority are moral. Minor premise: this policy benefits the majority. Conclusion: this policy is moral. While this logic might hold up, it risks overlooking the needs of minorities, leading to ethical concerns. This highlights how syllogisms, though logical, cannot replace the moral and empathetic considerations often required in decision-making. In summary, the Aristotelian syllogism is a foundational tool in logic that allows us to connect premises to reach a conclusion. It's a method that finds application in philosophy, law, science, and even in our daily lives. But as we've seen, the quality of the conclusion depends entirely on the accuracy of the premises. Always ensure your premises are well-founded before accepting the conclusion. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope this deeper exploration of syllogistic reasoning helps you think more critically in your daily life. Remember to subscribe to KKEnergyHub for more engaging and thoughtful content. See you next time.